Good evening, welcome to Pin TV Live, coming to you from Albert's Shed in Shrewsbury. Back again, second week here. I think we're pretty happy here. We like it, don't we, Stu?
I'm happy, I've had a promotion, I've got a sofa to myself.
Have you?
Yeah.
Good lad.
Unless anyone wants to join me.
We asked to be sat away from you.
Yeah. So we're going to say we've got one guest tonight and one guest presenter. So, boys, do you want to introduce yourself? Tom, you go first.
I'm Tom Makin. I ride for the Steve Pete Syndicate Enduro Squad, and I'm co-founder of PT's Tuber Sealing. You want to talk about that tonight?
Yeah, certainly. Yeah.
And yeah.
And TJ.
I'm TJ, make films with a British series, British Downhill, World Cups around the world. Pretty good gig. Yeah, that's me, just make films really.
Yeah, and I've spent a bit of time with TJ today up at Eastridge. We've done a little bit of filming with his little cheap camera on it.
Yeah, the real cheap one.
Yeah, so I've been nailing some rock sections and having a look at it, and it looks absolutely incredible. It's proper movie camera, super slow motion.
Make even you look good, Jim.
Well, it doesn't matter if it's slow motion, does it? You just say, well, it's meant to be slow, isn't it?
Because you make me look good.
No, it's not good.
No, you need a better camera than me.
Yeah, spend my money.
So I think we'll get the ball rolling, and we need to talk to you, Tom.
Yeah.
First question, whereabouts are you from?
Originally from near Liverpool.
Yeah.
Now we live on the border, bottom corner of Cheshire,
Yeah.
Shropshire, North Wales. So no trails immediately on the doorstep. Nice little place. But
Whereabouts is that then?
Malpas.
Oh, I know Malpas, yeah.
So near Whitchurch. So yeah, it's a good place. I always complain that there's no trails on the doorstep, but we've got Landegger Forest within half an hour. We've got Llangollen.
Some good off-piste stuff there.
Oh yeah, plenty. Yeah, and he's only an hour away tops, so we can get to Easty in under an hour. So yeah, plenty to do.
Brilliant.
So how long does it take to get here then?
50 minutes on a good run.
I
Yeah.
thought you were literally chef.
No.
He's local then really,
Yeah, he's
isn't he?
local, isn't he? Yeah.
Literally Shropshire.
Yeah.
Trying to get in on the scene so I can get involved in all your cheeky
So
stuff.
you always want to be here.
Yeah.
Come whenever you want. So tell us how did you get into riding? How did it all begin?
Misspent youth, I think, mate.
Yeah,
no.
One of them.
How old are you now? By just interrupt.
21, mate.
Yeah,
21.
whatever.
21 going on 22.
Yeah.
33. No, we got a semi decent bike. We lived in like, a bit of a rough area growing up. And I got a semi decent bike, and it lasted about a week, and some bugger had it off me.
Yeah.
And then it was a Marin B17 with junior T's. But before that, I had a Saracen Havoc, purple and silver Saracen Havoc with RST 281s. These horrible little forks. And we used to send them off these drops, and bang, and your teeth would fall out as you hit the drop. But it was just from there really. Stopped riding for a while. Had a bit of a break from it, and then came back to it a couple of years ago, about 3-4 years ago.
What happened to RSTs? What happened
What
to
did
those
happen to
forks?
RST?
Were they ever any good?
I think they were at one point because they were like, well, they were still a last in the forks for a while, weren't they?
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
going to a race down at
What did it mean?
Pork.
Pork, I remember
Rapid
that.
suspension technology.
That's it, yeah. And they were literally, it was a...
Penshurst Off-Road Club.
That's
Pork.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the first thing you remembered this year.
I know. Yeah.
But they were giving them away for each run. It was like a mashup thing, I guess, and it was like 7 or 8 little short downhills. And it was well cool. They give so much away. And
What, giving forks away?
RST forks, drum clamps at the time. But that was the technology at the time. That was, the Stratos and what other ones they are.
God, they were horrible.
They're a bit later than the Gurgen Vector.
I had some Quasars.
They were like Gurgen Vector.
Gurgen Vector, yeah. The whole leg moved, and it was on like a linkage. And then you had like the elastomers right in the middle by your head tube. And they were absolutely pants, weren't they?
Yeah.
Loads of flex.
Can you remember the suspension on the front of the bog seat?
On the what?
On the bog seat.
A Honda C90.
C90.
Yeah.
That was like the suspension upside down. When you brake, the whole suspension moves forward.
Really?
I suppose that's where they got the idea from.
I had one of those suspension stems that I thought was the absolute bee's knees. Did you have one?
Yeah, no, I didn't actually. No.
You thought it was excellent. You'd fly down this little rocky fire road and it'd take the sting out, but your bike's going all over the place. Even though your handlebars are straight, you know, it's wobbling
It's
everywhere.
changed a lot, hasn't it?
Yeah.
My first downhill frame was a GT RTS.
With the suspension at the back behind the seat, was that the little
No,
spring?
it was a proper suspension. It had a shock about that long.
Yeah.
And all of my mates had like rigid bikes really, and I got this thing all sat on it. It's so plush, it's amazing. 2.5 inches of travel.
Yeah.
That's all it had.
Now it's a downhill bike.
That was a downhill bike.
And now they're making enduro bikes with 7 inches of
Yeah.
travel. Nuts, isn't it?
What was the GT with the suspension behind your seat?
That was the LTS, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was it the LTS? Yeah.
Richard
Yeah.
Cunningham had one, eh?
What was
Yeah.
that?
He had a carbon one, and that was very early in the days of them producing carbon bikes to the masses, and the GT got that completely wrong, and they're all snapping. But
I asked you to do a favour
if
for
you
us.
snapped them, right, GT would give you the new aluminium, which everyone wanted because obviously it didn't break, and they sort of realised then carbon wasn't up to scratch then. And I remember Connie asking me, well, he said to me, he says, "Oh, I wish it was snapped." I said, "Give it here. This is at Church Stretton in a school," and I rode it into the school wall at about 10 mile an hour, and it completely snapped straight in half. Brilliant. I think he was a bit shocked. Anyway, so influences as a rider, or even not a rider, any sort of influence. Who's been your biggest influence in your life?
Riding influence.
Let's say riding influence. Yeah.
Riding influence. Well, I was, I mean, at that age, you brought up, in that era, you brought up on MBUK and things, aren't you? So we always had whatever free poster was available in the centre of MBUK, that up on the wall. So I had a picture of Donny, I had a picture of Petey that I had up until recently of Leger. I couldn't find, I had it up until we moved house a few years ago, and now it's disappeared. It does now. But yeah, it's just a free one, at the middle. So whatever was going on in MBUK, that was my influence. Because there was no one who rode around us. There was like a couple of other guys at most, and we all just read the same magazine. We were as bad as each other, made the same mistakes, So
As you did.
yeah, so we just
Absolutely.
absolutely, yeah.
Jim used to write in every day.
Yeah, I did do a little bit. Yeah. I had a picture of Petey and someone else, I can't remember, on my wall. When I had that flat in Shrewsbury, not far from here, and I remember the night that Petey and Warner and Adele came on the piss with us around Shrewsbury, and we all went up to my flat before we went out because it was right above all the pubs, and they saw it and it was so embarrassing. It's like really weird when you see actually the person in the poster sees himself. I didn't know where to put myself. It's alright later.
Like when your mum comes to your uni room and you're pulling all the porn off the walls, so you're doing that and oh my god,
A couple of years ago,
I never had porn on my walls, mum, promise you.
From riding to racing, when did you, when you began and when you started becoming a racer and said,
I'm still not a racer, mate. I just turn
You
up and
are.
have a go.
You are.
I'm a struggle bus, yeah.
I just try hard. No, I did a couple of races with a mate of ours, and I did absolutely terribly, really bad, but I enjoyed it. One was at Eastie when I first met you.
Yeah.
And your lad was really young then. God, what was that, 2013 or something?
Oh yeah.
I did terribly, and then so we decided to have a proper go at it, and wrote read that they were taking on people for the SBS that year. So we'd only done 2 races, and I think it was in the bottom 30% of both of those. And got in touch with the SBS, and they decided to take me on board. Don't know why. And then just went from strength to strength. Really, had a good season last year. So, yeah.
So you haven't been racing that long then, really?
No, 3 years. Yeah. So yeah, it's good fun though, isn't it? It's about it.
It doesn't go away.
No.
Do you have a favourite track?
That's really tough. I do like Eastridge because it's where it was the first proper track that I rode. And I thought, oh my god, I'm so out of depth here. Yeah. But I love Eastridge, and I love the Llangollen downhill track.
Yeah.
They're probably my 2 favourite, just because I'm familiar with them and I learn on them and stuff. But I mean, there's loads of good tracks out there now, aren't there?
Yeah.
So yeah, probably either one of those for sentimental reasons.
You got a favourite race that you've sort of you can put your finger on?
My favourite race isn't always necessarily my most successful races, but I really enjoy Hard Rock Festival.
It's mega.
It's such a good time.
It was the first time I did it last year.
Was it?
How many times have you done it, Jim?
I've done every one. 4 times, I think.
Yeah. So it was my first go last year, and that was just like, that was as close to, you know, the old school event, having a laugh as you're going to get at the moment.
Yeah.
So that was, it was just.
Do you remember the Saturday night after the racing? See me there? Did you see me there?
Yeah,
Tell me about
on the
whiskey.
whiskey. Did you not see him? We found him propped up in the corner by one of the tents, and he was slumped down. You're right, Jim. Yeah. He's spitting all over you.
Classic.
In fairness to him, though, you know, it's been a long day, and it was getting on a bit. It was about 7 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
He's trying to rehydrate, wasn't he, with a bottle of whiskey?
Yeah, I'd taken a litre of whiskey.
And you
I
can't
thought my mates were going to drink it with me, and no one liked whiskey, so I just kept going back, and I didn't think anything of it. And then
suddenly it was
I was
gone.
just having a bit more and a bit.
It's an
And
accident.
I was at the MB. I remember I was at the MBUK tent, and I was talking to them lot there. And I know some of them, and a few I didn't know. And then you know when you physically realise that you're staggering, and you're like,
I remember you saying something.
and I was talking to him, and I was going, it's all right. And I was like, what am I doing? I'm
He
really
said-
wrecked.
he
I
said-
don't know this lot.
Jim said to me, he said, I'm going to have to off in a minute because I'm going to make to myself.
Yeah.
And he was like this.
Don't worry, mate, you already have.
I got a run bollocking because the missus was there, and I just disappeared.
The thing was though, it all finished, didn't it? And like, you know, sort of relaxing in the afternoon. It was still quite early because it was like 12 o'clock when
Yeah.
we finished. So it was nice weather and we were all sat around and on the bean bags and stuff, and people were having a drink here and there, and then you kind of just evolved.
Great place,
Before
great.
you know it, 6 o'clock
Yeah.
in the badly cut.
Well, if you finish, we went out in the first round with Tracy Mosley and a few other people, Tom Grice and I from the SBS. So we were done and dusted, like really early on. I think you were as well, weren't you? I mean, both you were. But then there was some other riders coming through,
Oh, they were late.
2-3 hours after.
Yeah.
So there's nothing to do but drinking.
I
is
think,
there?
there
You
was
just
riders,
get-
I think there was riders still finishing their races when I was just about struggling to walk.
when you go to bed.
Yeah. So that's, I guess that's your favourite race, isn't it?
I think it's a favourite event. Like there's so
Yeah.
much going on at it, and it's so well organised, and the tracks are mint, the sponsors are good. I can't
Bands.
fault it.
Bands?
Yeah, bands, beer. But yeah, I couldn't fault that. I mean, there's loads of good ones. But
Obviously, we're going to be doing some sort of edit from there again this year.
If we go. If we go.
Oh, we'll be going.
Will we go?
We'll be getting an entry, yeah, that's already been promised. I've already sorted that one out.
Contacts.
So you're,
are you going down?
we'll be on here again, hopefully. We'll be here a bit last year, because you did, yeah, that's it.
In the first 2 years ago as well.
So your best result at a race, what's happening?
I think 5th at PMBA at Leeds
Yeah.
Quarry was a good, because it was good races, good riders there. I got a 4th just off the podium at Marin.
Yeah.
What else? I've been close a few times. I'm not the best rider in the world. I just try hard.
Well,
So when
you've just reminded me actually something that I hadn't got as a question, but well, it's not really a question. It's something you can talk about. That is pretty amusing. Last weekend, talking to PMBA, you came to the national champs. Probably one of the most technical races I've ever done, with some savage stuff in it that you needed to practice. Massive loop, gnarly as hell in places, really technical. You did it blind, didn't you, on Sunday because you had a wedding to go to?
it was a good wedding.
It
was a good wedding.
We did a lot of breakdancing on the Sunday to stay on the bike.
I did all right. It was in equal proportions. Like some of it I rode absolutely terribly. You know, when you just got to have a word with yourself. And then some of it I rode and I thought, bloody hell, yes, and you're getting into it. And then I'd go through the tape and just keep going, or like there was a bit that wasn't. I think people had gone through the tape previously on one of the stages. The tape was down, and I just went and kept going. And the marshal was like, "It's this way!" So I had to get off my bike and run back through the woods. I stopped on one of the fire roads on one of the stages because I thought it was the end. I'd had a belter. You're the one that finished at the field.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
And then I stopped and a rider whizzed past me and the marshal had just sat there and looked at me and not said anything. I think you need tyres. Jumped back on and like caught this rider up. And then my bloody coat fell out my bag on one of the stages as well, my best coat. So that I'd taken just a precaution.
So worse, you could have been drinking the night before.
I know, it would have been bad. But I went back up, got this coat and put it in my mouth and rode the rest of the day. There's a pictures of me in this coat.
Roots and rain in it with your coat in your mouth. Yeah.
So I got like, my position was terrible, but some of the riding was, the track's race, some of it. And I know where I need to learn a lot more, and I know where I'm riding good at the minute. So it was good.
Speaking of tracks, there must be a few that you just don't like. Without wishing to upset anybody that might have done that particular, we've all got. Is there anything that springs to mind?
I really struggle on steep, rooty stuff. If I'm perfectly honest
the race
with you,
we were
technical.
just talking about.
Yeah. There was sections.
Not that bad then, really.
Well, I mean,
so when you said that you like riding at Llangollen, I'm guessing you don't go to
not the MPS tracks, no. But that's something I'm trying to overcome at the minute.
Yeah,
I
think we're all are.
I'm so terrible at it. I mean, bottle goes as well. I should be able to ride it, but bottle goes. But meeting up with Al Bond, you know, Al Bond coaching.
Yeah, I did see that on
times.
social media.
Yeah, he's a good mate, and we head out and hit some tracks. He runs coaching, he's a good coach, so he can even.
I thought that would be
to
nice to do a little edit with him about coaching.
Oh, he's a hell of a rider. You
well,
will see
getting
him.
down hardline, isn't he? So he must be alright.
It'd be nice to get that. It'd be nice to get a bit of coaching myself in the bag as well. So.
Well, you'll be ready then for hardline this year.
Yeah.
You know Jim's doing it.
Yeah, I don't want to show everyone off.
Half a bottle of whiskey.
Yeah.
I heard his jumping prowess is just. I saw today, phenomenal jumping.
We had a big chuckle at the event. So we were only at the trails for about
20 minutes, half
20 minutes, but a lot happened.
So you're currently SPS.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk a bit about what you're riding, what kit you're using, etc.?
Yeah. So we've got Uber bike on board again this year. I'm on a Hightower this year. We've got a load of other sponsors that we've had in other years. The kit's the same. We're running Troy Lee helmets, Royal Racing kit, 510 shoes. I'm not going to reel off all the sponsors.
This
is I've got to admit, I see a lot. You know, obviously we used to have Vinny from here. He was on SPS.
Yeah, he's so good.
Yeah, and then like I'd say you're the main guy when it comes to SPS. You're probably the one who's most out there on the social media, bigging them up. And
you're the captain.
You do a good job of it, I will say.
They call me the anchor, but I think they spelt it wrong.
Yeah. But you do a good job of it, and it has got a good race presence. You see the shirts and they're very distinguishable from anything else.
Every year they do. Well, we've got some cracking bikes again this year. The team's a buying team for the bike, and then all the training and everything else on top. So it's a good deal. But we've got cracking bunch of lads as well.
Yeah,
We've got
yeah.
a full Enduro squad this year. Dan Farrer, do you know him? He's been on the podium already.
He's
just
the tall
missed
lad
out.
with the long hair. Isn't he?
Yeah. Ben Goulding's doing really well. Jimmy Nixon, Tom Grice is on it again this year. So we've got a really good bunch of people. Sai has got one leg and he rides some trails better than I can. You know, he's a top lad. So yeah, really good solid team this year. Good bikes, good kit, everything.
So we wanted to be truthful on this next one.
Yeah.
What's it like being under the cosh of Pity?
No cosh.
Does he throw his weight around? Or is it, I mean, obviously,
Only
we
if
know
you don't
very
down a
well,
pint
we
when you
know
talk
what he's
to.
like, but we want it from a different perspective.
Oh, it's good. It's really good. I had you know, you were saying about Pete coming back and the posters and all this. He's when I hadn't met him up until I joined the team before, and when I first met him, I was kind of a bit taken back by it. But he's so easy to get on with, and there's no pressure from him at all from the team. I mean, you're not pushed to get results. You're pushed to, I don't know, put the vibe out there. Really, I think have a good time. I mean, even if you come last, if you've had a really good time and had a laugh with people, and they go, "Oh, I rode with him and it was cracking." I think that's what it's all
Do you
about.
have much to do with the downhill side of the team? Do you hook up with those guys?
We train with them every now and again.
So I know a few of them.
Yeah.
I mean, one that springs to mind is Beck.
Beck, yeah.
I mean, she definitely has a good time. I mean, she
Yeah.
probably drinks more than all three of us put together. Yeah. But it is, what it is they're trying to achieve, and it is about having a laugh.
Yeah, well, we learn
Comes
from them
across
as
like
well.
that.
They're a really good bunch. Like obviously Beck's a very
Smithy,
good rider.
so riding Smithy a bit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Jay Williamson, all that. There's so many good riders on that side, and we learn from them. But I mean, Bex came out with us the other week for a big cross country ride in the peaks, and it was great. She held her own, she's so fit.
She has stones.
What's that?
She has stones.
She didn't share any of it. Yeah. But it was, we learn from each other, so they're a good team. There's no pressure. Everyone's left to get on with
It's a
their own
really
thing.
good sort of camaraderie, good group.
Absolutely, yeah. If you do well, you're encouraged. If you don't do well, you're still welcomed into it. You have a good laugh.
Get offered a beer.
Yeah, drink more, train harder, yeah.
So I'm just going to interrupt this a minute because it is the time for the Saks Underwear Crash of the Week.
We're on time.
Yeah, not bad, are we? Yeah.
First time ever.
We're quite good today. It's feeling a bit more relaxed in here now, aren't we? So what we got, Doc?
Here we go. So our mate Oggy has sent this in. It was
Oggy.
Mevo at the weekend, I believe.
Does he?
No, he's following the guy that crashes, but it's a good one, boys.
We're going to sit here and watch it.
Well, I've just seen it. And instantly.
There's some good reactions. Will
this-
wait here.
I
Hang on, we've got
Just
it here.
there. That's not Revo, is it?
Yeah, it's just the last
Yeah,
drop, last
Let's
table.
drop into
Oh my god.
Oh.
He nearly gets run over as well.
What was broken there, apart from the bike? I mean,
I will say,
that hurt
it's
a
up
lot.
to each rider to deal with what it is, but that is quite a kicky jump, isn't it? If
Yeah.
you hit that quick, it's a bit nasty.
So if you want to, obviously you need some new pants after that. If you want to get in touch, and we'll give you instructions as to how to claim your free Saks underwear. As you can see there under the computer, very nice. They were at the National Champs last week. Big presents.
What pair of pants?
Saks themselves.
Hey Doc, can I lower this mic? It's in my face, in my beautiful face.
Yeah, drop it down. Just drop it down a touch.
Oh,
are you only there half an hour into the show?
I know.
Someone did comment earlier.
Hey,
Give it a bit of this is yours.
fondle it, Doc.
Give it a fondle.
Is that your mic?
No, they're all docs. I'll leave docs.
I'll give you another question while you're working on the microphone.
Cheers. Can I have a job?
Moving mics.
So
Yeah.
you always seem to me,
Yes,
whenever,
it's
I mean, I've known you a few years now at races, you always seem like Mr. Positive, and everyone says that about you. You're always positive, always happy bloke. Are you always like that?
Probably best to ask the wife that one, I think. I think most most of the
Do
time.
you think it helps with all your riding and stuff?
Oh, I'm a nightmare to live with if I don't get to ride.
If you, I mean, for instance, if you go on a massive loop, let's say 40k, and everyone's flagging and people are starting to get moody and spitting the dummy out, are you the one who kicks them
Oh,
on?
I'll drag people on then, yeah. Yeah.
It's good to have somebody in the group who's like that, isn't it?
I think I might just annoy him.
Yeah.
We need someone like that, like we kind of grind through it, don't we?
You teach me how to ride a bike and I'll drag you around the lake season. So that.
I've been asking that for 20 years.
You see how good my training is tonight, you TJ.
Hey, you're not
See how
bad.
far it's got him.
Well, you can get through the big set with some reasonable style. I'm sorry to say, you need a lawyer for some of those cases, mate.
Hang on a minute. At one point, did I ever see you get to the end of the little set?
Mate, we're going to go on to this later. I have had an accident on that bike, which I'm quite skittish about going on. It was
Did
quite.
you break your back?
I have broken my back before several times. I've broken every other bone in my body at some point.
How many breakages have you had? Tell the viewers.
I'm on 57 breaks and 17 dislocations. So and it was the first time since October I've been back on that jump bike. So I was a little bit skittish. Give me some time. And to be fair,
I bet you were a bit skittish, just as my 12-year-old flew past me.
Have you ever thought about taking up
Should be
the
giving
sport?
you
well, this is why I film. I tried racing, but no, it didn't work out for me. So yeah.
Another day when you had a long weekend. And speaking of this, I think you've got a young one. Yeah.
Got it, yeah, little Jack,
Who's
yeah.
will be positive as well.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's a belter.
Tonight.
Well, not so bad now. We've just been away for the weekend, so Dad is up at 4 a.m. the last few mornings. So, 15 months, 14 or 15 months.
So you're probably starting to have a good bit of fun now.
Yeah, oh yeah, and he loves bikes. Whenever you get your bike out, he goes,
Have you got him on the balance bike?
balance bike. I've got him on my knee around the garden. In it, we've got a little trailer, single wheel, Turan trailer for him, which he loves. Yeah, he's enjoying
You
it.
need a pump track in your house.
We do.
Yeah.
We do.
We've had an invite.
Yeah, we're going to build a bump tracks.
We haven't told Jim yet.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
But
Yeah.
an old school weekend, involving a digger.
Beer.
Well, I can tell you this, you, one of the most searched videos on YouTube is how to dig jumps, how to build jumps. So there's something we can do, Doc.
Yep.
Yeah?
We got a digger, haven't we?
Yeah?
He's quite good in it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got
Got
it.
it. Yeah. We've got a bit of space.
You got two diggers. Have you still got two diggers or just one?
Someone got me.
Oh yeah. That was a good weekend for me.
Leading
Very good
person.
weekend.
Good holiday after that.
According to some people, my trail building skills aren't good enough.
That second one you've got to pull.
Yeah, Jim gets through it easy actually.
Easy.
Yeah.
Racer style.
He is winning the speed trap when he goes through it.
That's definitely puts about 17 cranks in before he gets to the first one.
I can't do it slow and pull up. I have to just hit it flat out and hope. That's my style.
You're better than me, but I like the knees that come out as you go do the little pull up. Better than me.
One day.
I'd be a good level.
You'll learn to jump and I'll get through them and that'll be a good day.
Yeah.
Before we go to photo of the week, we may as well go through the quick fire and.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do the quick fire.
Yeah, cool.
So, do you want to start, Jim?
Okay. Pump track or dirt jumps.
Pump track.
Hard pack or dirt.
Dirt. Sorry, yeah, dirt.
Downhill or enduro.
Enduro.
Flat out. And scary. Techie and tight.
Flat out and scary.
Great presets.
Racing
Flat and scary.
or riding with your mates.
Riding with mates.
So 29 or 27.5.
29 after riding the high tower.
I like you. You've got some good answers. Tea or coffee?
Coffee every day.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Yeah. Fight or mediate?
Nick the beer while they're fighting. Then mediate.
Burger or healthy?
Burger.
Burger or
You go now.
Cheers.
Another rounding before you go.
So it's 8 o'clock. Just that.
And we're on time.
We are on time again. It's time for the trailhead photo of the week, isn't it, Doc?
Here we go, yeah, pick of the week. Nice little sunset here from George Gooderman. So this is his.
He's
George.
here.
George.
Nice one,
We got
George.
George in the house. Nice
Come
picture,
up on
George.
here
Nice
any
bike as
second
well.
now.
This. So yeah, George has sent in his cube stereo, which will pop up on your screen in a second, guys.
Hey, look at that. Where's that, George?
That's the long one.
That's up the Longman. Which part?
Oh
God.
I have no
It's a
idea.
bit fussy on it.
The bit just left up to the sun.
The exact coordinates.
Well done.
Yeah.
Nice one. So I'm guessing with that being a cube, is it a trailhead bike as well?
Yeah.
Lucky you said yes then. It'd be terrible if you'd have said no.
Doc, have you picked up any comments or anything? I'm seeing one here from Andrew Phillips saying he's been spending the beer money, Doc. Whatever that means.
I just went and got another pint.
Here he is.
Oh, right.
We
got
can.
a few, actually.
We've got a few.
Yeah, we need a beer.
Yeah,
Have you got
let's
a
tell
beer?
us
haven't you?
people to be
quiet
quiet.
in
We
the
need
Can we
to
get a
get
rock of beers? Can we get some beer?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Come around.
Yeah. It actually looks like there's some
Thank
good
you.
comments and
Let's
questions to
get
get
through the comments then, boys.
Come on,
Yeah.
because he's a co-presenter, you can do your job now.
Yes, by the time you did something, TJ. You're moaning about
You've been
jumping.
talking about old bikes. I'm only 20. I don't know anything about that. You said earlier that you started racing in '96, didn't it?
But yeah.
I was born in '96.
Yeah, you had the old paper, right?
Any advice for Fort William, Stu? He's just entered. Joe Kilner has just entered.
Hi Joe, how you doing? Good to see you yesterday, by the way. Have you got insurance? Fort William, the only thing I can
hang
say
on.
really is be smooth. Be smooth. Don't try and reserve energy because it doesn't work. Give it gas and
Yeah.
hold on tight.
And relax.
Good luck.
I'd say for Fort William, relax those arms as much as you can at every
Yeah.
slight opportunity, wherever you can, even if it's for a second, innit, at Fort William, just
Yeah.
relax your arms, because
Yeah.
that will be that's
Even
the
by
hardest
Deergate,
thing
they're
now,
going,
innit?
aren't
And definitely another good point, I think, is although it sounds silly, there are rather a few spots on the track where you can rest. So
Yeah.
if there's a bit where you can rest and, daft it sounds, relax your hands a little bit, it will get you going a bit easier.
Any more? What else we got?
Apart from there's some other questions. Apart from Darcy's asked what I use. I assume that's my camera.
Your camera gear, yeah.
I use a Sony FS700.
Oh, pass it down, pass it down.
There we go, Stu.
Thanks very much.
I use a Sony FS700, small HD screen, couple of, I love 50mm prime lenses for anyone who cares, so it's just 1.4 50mm primes, absolutely love them. And a Mavic drone, just purchased one of the Mavic drones that folds up and it's just
Is it better than their wheels?
good.
They fold up as well, don't
Yeah,
they?
yeah, they fold up.
They fold up well,
I can never work this company.
like that. It's a Mac, come on.
Oh, man. There must be a few people asking.
Well,
people
Some Durante music or whatever I just saw before asked are there any fit girls in the pub.
Absolutely,
Something like
tons
that.
of them.
someone,
Loads, guys, come on down.
Here we go. Here there is some fit birds on here, so I've tuned in.
That's Duarte, that is.
Isn't it?
Who's that?
Duarte music.
That's because he's
So no other questions then, so to speak.
What races are you all doing next?
That's from Coiney.
Right, Coiney, I'm going to do mine first, I suppose, because mine's a bit something I said I wouldn't do again. Going on to the tracks you hate, right? I did a race last year and I hated it, not because it's crap, thank you very much,
Cheers, mate.
but because it's not my type of race. It's flat, a lot of flat and uphill pedalling trail centre at Coidy Brennan Centre. And Welsh Enduro are doing another one this coming weekend, and our friend Sonny has persuaded me to do it and got a lodge type thing where we stay in, and he's like, come on kid, let's go.
So how far is that?
Pardon?
How many K will that be?
I won't be that big, probably 20 odd K, but they're pedally as hell. And I said, I don't know why I've agreed, I'm going to do it, I'm going to make a little film. So that's my race. And obviously we've got the Welsh Enduro, the Welsh, hang on, I'll get this right.
Welsh Champs, is it?
Welsh Champs put on by Welsh Gravity Enduro. That's in 2 weeks' time. What about you, Stu?
Well, I should be going to that really. I got a bit frowned upon before by the big man over there. But I did promise the Nipper, as you know, that I'm going to take him to the Forest of Dean, to the MIJ series. You probably heard of that.
Yeah.
Those guys work really hard. It is quite a small series, but we were talking about the Forest of Dean only last week. It's just an awesome place to ride.
Great tracks, aren't they?
Great
Yeah.
tracks.
I love it.
The fun factor is massive.
I love going to
I think that's the weekend of the 21st, not this weekend, next weekend. And I'm going to take him to that and see how he gets on. That'll be his second race, so he's been cooking about it for weeks and weeks and weeks, and so he's excited. So
Cool.
I'm looking for that. Looking forward to
I
that.
took this weekend, because I had a bit of a crap race last weekend, not the race was crap, I just wasn't into it really. And it was my worst result in ages, so I thought, right, next weekend, family weekend, just get off the bike for a bit. Sometimes it's good to do that. Isn't it? So we went to Harlech, got a hotel and all that the Friday night, and then Saturday, come back Sunday. My lad, I took him in, he'd never driven a car before, and for his birthday he got this Ferrari experience. So his first car at 10 years old he's ever driven is a Ferrari 360 F1.
Setting the standards either.
And it was automatic, it wasn't dual control either, the bloke just had a cut-off thing. I was amazed, and he got round like, I don't know, 10 laps or something. Only little tiny laps, but he was buzzing.
Aren't you meant to give him like an M-Reg Citroen
Yeah.
AX?
He's going to think your van's rubbish when you touch it to drive.
But he had a mint day, because that was yesterday morning down in Thruxton, and then I got him back up, and then we went out to Eastridge and did a massive XC loop all around the Stipers, like 20 odd K, and he was buzzing by the end of it, but he wasn't buzzing this morning. He had to get out of bed.
No,
Quite miserable buzz.
The other thing that I don't know if we did mention is it's quite an important race in Portland in 3 weeks as well, isn't it? Ish.
Yeah.
The World Cup.
Yeah.
Hopefully we're going to be going up there to cover it and
I didn't realise that was so soon.
it is, yeah, collect a load of information and catch up with some people, and
I need to be getting on the phone tomorrow about that.
so we'll be looking forward to that, won't we?
Yeah.
Preparation for that, we got BDS this weekend
Yeah.
at Fort William, which they call the Mini World Cup, because we're going to have people. Bruni usually turns up. The Giant team are going to be there. Some real big names are going to be there this weekend. So if you want the,
You going up?
I'll be there. I do the official films for the BDS, so I'll be up there.
Just saying.
Yeah, just say bit of promo for myself there. But, yeah,
Talking of official, you were one of your other little contracts, should we say, last weekend at a certain race where somebody did all right. What? Who did tell us what?
who
that?
did all right?
Oh, Dye Beard over there.
Pierce Series.
What were you? Do you want to tell us what you did and where it was at?
It was Pierce Series at Bridgewood, second round of the 2017 series. I mean, my job's just to commentate. It's not a bad gig. The sun was out. It was pretty nice weather all day, wasn't it?
Say just to commentate, and it's hard to commentate. I've had a little go, and it is really hard to
You
keep
have to get
talking.
a lot of information over
Yeah.
in a very short
You have to
space of
know a
time.
lot as well.
Bit of maths as well, because they don't show how far they're up on their first time.
Yeah.
So I have to figure out in my head what it is real quickly, and sometimes I'm like, no, that's not right. It's 40 seconds instead of this or whatever. So it's tricky, but you did all right, didn't you? He's big. Cool. He got first place, didn't he? Of course he did.
Yeah, I've had a load of grief though for going back into the vets, but the vet category, and I'm going to speak for the vets grip here. Vets category. This is a bad
She was bought this tonight by Alan from over there, little present. And
He's
it's
embarrassed with himself.
a sandbag.
Yeah.
There you go, Stu.
I'll continue.
Present for
Oh,
you.
thanks very much. Cheers for that. I really don't know what to say. I'm ashamed of it. Terrible. Joking apart, we should speak for the veterans of the country and say
Old
some
guys rock.
amazing riders out there,
Yeah,
really
yeah.
are. And it's a battle. I didn't win by much. 0.3 of a second. So Dave, fair service. You remember him, Jim, from years ago.
He's really good at work, isn't he?
Oh yeah, gives you great service.
Yeah.
this where this level of comedy has gone down to?
Yeah.
Sorry to hear it. I'm pleased to be able to say that after a long time, Crumpy, our mate Pete Crump, shout out to him, he's riding brilliantly because I know, for those of you who don't know who he is, he was Britain's first GT rider.
Yeah, that's right.
GT,
Yeah.
and he was amazing back in the day.
P.T.'s teammate, wasn't he?
I don't know if he was teammates with him, but I mean, the hopes for him were massive.
Yeah.
He was awesome then. Long story short, terrible car crash, nearly lost his life. And it's been a struggle. I mean, it's been nearly 20 years since that crash,
Yeah.
which is a long time. And he loves racing. He's tried hard and he's done different things, but it just hasn't clicked. This year it's clicked.
Good on him.
And he was only 2 seconds behind us yesterday. It's the first time we've been on the podium together in probably 17 years. So it was, we're good mates, and it was quite an emotional moment, really. He had to give me a cuddle.
Did he?
Yeah. So big it up to him, and I mean, all the masters. His factory is massive. It's so good. Really good.
It's time for products of the week.
It is.
Yeah. Do you want to pass it over? If you want to put the
Yeah.
photo up for us, Doc, that I took today on my
It's on, dude.
telephone. It's on there now, is it?
It's on there, mate.
Okay, so we've got HT pedals here. These are the D ones, so they're the downhill pedal. Then you've got the T one, which is the trail pedal. So you just got a set of these, haven't you?
I have, yeah.
What's the difference
literally
between the downhill and the trail?
the platform, really. The platform's a lot bigger on the downhill. The weight is minimal. The weight on the D1's 388 grams. The T1's 368. Both.
You're doing these by memory, are you?
Yeah, I went look now. Now I looked. They were both $109.99 per pair. Well, it's going to be fair. You never pay each item pedals. But you can get a tie axle one, which is a gobsmacking $199.99 per pair. I love them. I've run these for a full season last year as well. I've had no problems with them. Clip in, I'd say, in between, a bit more Shimano-y than Crank Brothers. The middle's fixed. You've got adjustment on the tension on the cleat, and you've got the removable. Those bits, I forget what they're called.
Pins.
Pins, that's it. Yeah, it's a complicated word, pin. Yeah, really good pedals. And Stu will be running these, so anyone at the races can come and have a look at both of ours.
Yeah.
As you can see, they're on the Starling there as well. That's the trail version. You probably won't be able to see that, but they are the ones in the picture there. And
A few people on at the World Cups, aren't there? Jacob
Yeah.
Dixon,
Yeah.
Aaron Gwynn's on him, maybe? Possibly?
He was,
wasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it. That's
Should we do
them.
channel partners?
Yeah.
We'll go, haven't we?
Okay.
So we've got the Trailhead,
Mud Hugger,
Bun Butter,
V-Tire.
Mountain Bike Adventure Portugal. And I think we've got a question, have you answered that, Doc? We've got a question there from Jim, I think regarding the camera setup or something.
Okay. Invisiframe.
Yeah. V-Tyre.
Said them. Just Saks underwear is the other one. That's it.
That's it then.
That's it
You've
then.
done that, Doc.
Yeah. That's them out of the way.
Films.
Films. Well, the latest one we got out there, very grateful of it, was sent over from the boys from Mudhugger. We didn't even ask him to do this. About a month ago, Bruce contacted me and said, "Look, we'll be in Lords, first World Cup. We'll take a video camera with us. Do you want us to do a little film for you?" They did it. They got some cool stuff, didn't they, Doc? They sent over all the footage, and Doc edited it together, and it's out there now. So if you go on, I mean, obviously if you're watching this live, you are subscribed to our YouTube channel. But if you're not, if you're watching it on repeat on Facebook, get yourself over, get onto YouTube, check out all our little films, mini vlogs, edits, etc., whatever you want to call them. That's the latest one. And we've got the Welsh Enduro from Voil Gaznach, that's how you say it.
I think so. Paul.
Yeah. Or if you say it like Bud's, it's the Fulgasnacht, isn't it?
I thought it was called Full Ganache, so I'm not going anywhere.
You're just thinking of gash, aren't
Yeah,
you?
that's-
So they're on there at the moment. Well, that will be out. When's that one coming out, Don?
Tomorrow that one's going
Tomorrow that's coming
Welsh
out.
one.
It's a Welsh one. We've got some nice footage from that. We've got
It's a good
national
race,
champs. Got some great footage from there. There's one from where you were at Forest Dean.
Yeah.
I think Darcy's putting something together.
Darcy's put something together on that.
Yeah, Julie and Joro. And still to come from a bit ago, we've got Kona Wozo Fat Bike Review. That could be interesting. And also the Starling build, which is about the build of this bike behind us. Very special bike.
Very special.
Very special.
Very special.
Yeah.
Very special.
Shall we move on to swiftly on to
Yeah.
can we do a prize? Are we in a position to do a prize?
Yeah, we're in a position to do a prize. We'll do a hat tonight. One of our new caps, which you can buy for £15. Go onto our Facebook and you can get them on there, can't you, Stewie?
Yeah.
Along with these hoodies. How much are they? 30 quid, that's it?
Where's
Yeah.
the bank?
Yeah, $29.95.
You said it, oh, banker. Yeah. Okay.
They're comfortable.
Yeah,
Really?
they are comfy. I'm impressed with
Stu,
you.
you spelt that wrong.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Well, we sold it to me. It's cool.
So, for those who've been watching tonight and been listening, this is our YouTube viewers who are live right now.
Not for people in here.
Not for people in here, please,
Whoa.
folks.
I'm on it. I'm watching.
The question is, where was it this weekend where TJ was commentating?
Go.
So, get him in.
I do know that.
Yeah, I never know that. Otherwise, you got a worse bloody memory than me. Anything coming up yet?
Make sure you don't miss the first one.
Yeah.
We're going to do one in here 'cause there's a lot of people in this.
Duffy says Wales. Alex Kemp
Alex
is the first
Kemp.
one.
There you go. You're gonna win a cap.
Have
So
some cap.
yeah, gonna win. Well, arrive. So he hasn't quite won it yet. So if you contact us on our Facebook page, send us your address. We'll send it out to you, really.
Do you want to do one in here then?
Alright. What for?
What do you want to give away?
What have we got?
How about what have you brought with you?
Brought
Is
a.
it a prototype? Can I give it away yet?
It is prototype. It depends. It can't.
No? Should I not have said that?
No, you can. No, you can. Yeah.
Well, I tell you what. Why don't we talk about it first,
Alright then.
and then we'll give one away.
Be your glamorous assistant here.
Let's have a look.
Unveiling it from the underpants.
So,
It looks like you've done that before, TJ,
Is
to
it?
be honest.
this is PT's tubeless sealant.
Mm.
This is your baby, isn't it?
Yeah. Well,
You hold it and talk about it with love.
this is just a prototype packaging, but this is something we've been working on for 2 years now.
Yeah.
So it's almost out there. It's almost ready for market. The sealant's ready. About 2 years ago, we were changing a load of tyres over from a summer setup to a winter setup, and digging them all out, opening them up. There was sealant everywhere. It was like some kind of weird bukkake party thing going on. Like, when I say that, I just did. And we were covered in it. We were scraping all this stuff out the wheels, and one of the lads said that why can't they make a sealant that doesn't do that? So we started working on it, not as a commercial thing, but we ended up with this.
So what's your background to be able to start dealing in chemicals and stuff?
I'm an environmental scientist.
Yeah.
I'm an environmental scientist and microbiologist, and the guy that we've gone who's helped me with this, Bryn Morgan, is runs a company and they invent new products and put them to market.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
they do. And then PT's involved as well. He's been integral to it all, and he's designing and developing it and using it and giving feedback. So
Yeah.
we've ended up where we are now, and decided to take it to market. PT doesn't have to compete against all the other worlds now,
Yeah.
does he? So he can let his secrets out. But
It's a bit different to look at than a lot of it. It looks like a body scrub, doesn't it?
it does, doesn't it? Yeah, exfoliating body scrub. I don't know.
Oh, it's
Try
a body
it.
scrub.
So I've got a few bees in my bonnet about this sealant because everybody uses it now. Everybody's tubeless, right? So hopefully you can answer these questions right. The
I'll
first being my bonnet about sealant, it happens with a lot of it, is when it works and it spits out your tyre before it seals when it's meant to seal.
Yeah.
It goes all over your race kit, and then your race kit's wrecked because you can't get it off.
And on your rims, contaminates your rims.
And then it's difficult to get off everything. So
Yeah.
how is that the same, or have you
No.
solved that?
So this is the main change in. I can't give too much away because it might as well give
Just
the
one
ingredients.
packet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, most other tyre sealants are based on an ammonia, so it's a latex suspended in ammonia.
Yeah.
So ammonia will gas off over time, and that's why you get balling up in your tyre,
Yeah.
and get all that crud in there, and you have to scrape the hard latex out your tyre. This isn't based on ammonia.
Yeah.
So ammonia is harmful to drink and things like that. This isn't based on that. So this is much kinder. It's not as dangerous.
So you drink that.
So you can drink it.
You shot
We
it.
wouldn't advise it. Yeah, we wouldn't advise it.
Maybe
but
you should have an alcohol content in there, and he can take it after our run.
be
Yeah.
flavour.
Get it out straight out the tyre.
There you are.
Yeah.
Whiskey flavoured. But yeah, it's non-toxic, non-harmful. It's completely biodegradable.
So it's water based.
It's a water based. Yeah.
So that doesn't clag up into a ball as
won't
well,
clag
like
up,
the other stuff.
won't clag up.
And does it stick? This is another thing. When you take the tyre off and you've had your sealant in it, and
You've
it's
got it
just
all over.
like painted on the inside of your tyre and gone off. Does that do that?
It's water based, so even if it's been sat like that for a couple of days, you just spray a hose at it and it'll come off. Or if it's been on there for a good few days and baked on, you just give it a little rub and it'll come off.
And what's all the little bits of glitter in it?
So we you've seen on videos people putting glitter in tuber sealant. We kind of went down that idea. We tried loads of different designs, loads of different things within the sealant. We tried it with stuff in, without stuff in. We tried different consistencies, more fluid, less fluid. They work. We found the optimum range with those things. They're completely biodegradable as well. We've got them to look like glitter, so it's aesthetic. But they will work like platelets, you know, in your blood. So if you get a cut, they'll go to the source where the hole is and help to block it up, and they'll bind with the latex. But it's blue because it's aesthetically good, but they do work.
What's the biggest sort of slashes that that'll seal up?
Well, we had.
Everybody's got a favourite rock of the
We'll have that. We've changed to 29 this year, so all the 27.5 inch tyres are just, all the part ones are free fair game. So we've been stabbing them with all kinds, last year. Yeah.
Shotgun.
Well, all kinds, knives, scissors.
So has this been anywhere near the World Cup, see?
Yeah, it's been on World Cup. It's gone on EWS.
So the SPS using it?
SPS, the whole SPS team have used it this year.
Sorry, Syndicate, I meant.
Sorry. But it's Syndicate. So if you look at the,
so it's got good pedigree.
Yeah, it's got
Virgin
good pedigree.
uses it, does he?
It was on the table in the background there, well positioned. It's Jay Williamson's using it at the World Cups. We've got Albon's using it. He spectacularly blew it spectacularly.
He's got the right name for it, hasn't he? Bonds.
Hey.
Are you anywhere near a sort of price point and going to production time?
We're very, very close, We're not giving that information away yet, because we're just looking at distributors and final call to customers. So, but it will be comparable with other tyre sealants.
Well, I'm sure we've got two testers here who are willing
I was
to.
just about to say, Jim is asking for the massive.
He's always flat.
He's not going to buy anything.
You're born in
I've got it in there at the moment because you've given me some already.
Are you running it in the style?
I had to change the front tyre the other day, and I put it in. I put half a tub in. Is that right?
Half of one of those.
Yeah.
So you can use half. We've been running. This is 120ml trail pouch, so we're going to have bigger bottles
You don't
as
have
well.
to use as much than in the other.
No,
stuff, do you?
we've in our tests we've been running 60ml in a 27.5 Maxxis tyre Hope rim setup. That I don't just mean it's been in there. We've got away with seating the tyre and a ride on it. It's been in there for 6 months, so it's still going. So
I think by the sound of things, you're going to do well on that.
Well, we'll see. It certainly worked for us. So
We'll
I
let
mean,
you know what we think of it.
yeah,
Once we've
please
got
do.
some more.
Yeah, please do. There's plenty. It's like Breaking Bad in our place and in the lab. Yeah, big drums of it. Great big drums. I just need one of those.
Sunglasses and a hat now.
It doesn't look. That's it. It doesn't look as cool because it's non-toxic, non-hazardous, so you don't have to wear a mask.
Yeah.
There's something where I might just wear one anyway. Yeah, no, so it's good. It's
Good luck with it.
good, thanks. Yeah, we'll keep you posted.
Yeah, post plenty of
yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to give any away? Or do you want to
Yeah, we can give some away, yeah.
Okay then. So we're going to be doing. What can we ask everybody
In here?
in this room only?
Well, that's a tough one. I think we should go on.
What about my next race? We haven't said that.
What you want?
If they can guess,
People to get where your
if they
next
can
race
guess where the next race is.
That might take a while.
Yeah,
Could be
yeah,
To have a few more pints.
yeah.
That might be
What
a
about
hard
like a
one.
history question on history of downhill or something?
It's too complicated.
No, we should do like a memory type thing, something that has happened
said already.
We've come to a blank.
Yeah, my mind's gone blank.
How many mil
Yes.
of PT's tubeless sealant have we been running in a 27.5-inch tyre?
60.
I think, who said that first?
I think in the middle there.
That was correct, by the way, 60. I'll let you decide.
That's it then.
Catch.
Nice one.
Sorted.
We've almost covered everything.
We've almost covered everything. Yeah, I'd like to talk for a couple of minutes
I know
about
it's
your
gonna be-
injuries. Well,
We're going back to this.
Oh, should we talk about the trails? No, we won't talk about trails. Injuries. So what have you done exactly?
I grew up around like BMX and dirt jumping. I was a dirt jumper to start off with, BMX and stuff like that, and then I got into downhill because I live in the Peak District, so mountain biking's all around. Got into downhill, started racing downhill, and just my friends were sort of just that little bit better than I was, so I'd try and keep up with them, fall off, break myself, and then out for 6 weeks. Come back, try the same thing again, be it road gap, be it a stupid hook or something, break myself again, and then races, never any luck with races. I'd like, some of them do really well, like the other ones I'd just like, the most major one was Langholland 4 years ago where I came off the last drop and broke my back, and I broke my back, the last 3 drops down there.
No, I think whereabouts on your back.
Oh, low down. It wasn't mega serious. It was just a sort of. It was a.
Just a broken.
The last one into the field.
The big one at the start. Went off that, just sort of floated. Wind caught me, landed, woke up in hospital. All that.
Yeah, must have been a big jump.
It wasn't that big. I just wasn't very good on a bike.
Now
I
on
think.
about if you woke up in hospital.
Yeah.
So you've done some big jumps and all this stuff, really.
Yeah.
So the big question is, what happened tonight?
So it's back in October. And all season, obviously, I have to work, and it's not like an office job where I can have a broken leg and type away. I have to walk up mountains and do big expeditions with cameras and everything. So all season, I try and stay away.
So what happened tonight?
I'm explaining. Try and stay away from the streets. So I had a biking holiday in October. Went to Barcelona to this track called La Poma. Fell off my bike and pretty much just shattered my whole arm, punched my liver and that. And tonight was the first time back on my jump bike. It was a weird feeling getting back on the jump bike. I can't
What
lie.
did happen tonight?
Just went through some rollers, did a couple of jumps, and to be fair, the ones I did do, I got through smoother than
He was trying to whip the small
yeah, I was
jump,
trying to
wasn't
do
he?
a motor whip on a
Yeah, he was trying to do like a motor whip on the jump that was about 3 foot long.
and the wind was up, and the trails were too hard, and all the excuses coming out.
Well, you know that at some point when we get it ready, we're gonna.
I was there for 20 minutes as well. It wasn't like I had time to prepare. I've been
The
filming
gaps
it.
are massive. I mean,
Huge.
I will say, we did this filming with him today up at Eastridge. And are we going to do like are you
Yeah, we'll get some
like
albums.
just a little tiny edit of slow-mo?
Yeah.
I find that the slow-mo, when you can see all the parts of the bike work, is really interesting. I love seeing stuff like that. So look out for that. Won't
Yeah, that'll be out soon. Just got a few clips, but we'll put that out.
On that note, Instagram. Hughes at Hughes9554. That's me 5. I'll start again. At Hughes954.
Filmsmith Media.
You don't ask me that. At Thomas Makin, I think.
Thomas.
Only when I'm naughty.
At Jim Buchanan 955.
At Dockerpod.
At Dr. Pod, that is over
We
there.
want to mention Darcy.
Do you know Darcy's?
Yeah, it's DRZMTB.
And Pin TV UK.
Pin TV UK. Well, we're well remembered. What about this place? This place has got one on it. I don't know what it is. Oh, I do. Hang on.
Yeah, it's Albert Shed Club.
Yeah, at Albert Shed Club. So thanks a lot for everyone in here for joining us
Before we
tonight.
go, there are a couple of things.
Oh, he always does this.
Just one more thing.
Quite a good one actually. Stephen Porter says thanks for the stickers with the cap guys.
No problem. That was my little idea.
There you go. And one final one, it's from Smiley BMX, whoever he is Filmsmith Media filming this Thursday's 4 Cross Thursday at Birmingham, which I'd forgotten about.
I have forgotten about also.
I've forgotten
I think I'll be in Fort William actually.
You probably will, won't you?
I'm hoping to go up tomorrow and just get a good weekend. Maybe do some riding, but the way I've been riding today, I might help myself. So,
But quick plug for this Thursday then at Perry Bar BMX track, Birmingham.
really good event. Free pizza.
Well, it's not free.
Well, you have to pay $5 to get in, but then you get free pizza and drinks. Always good fun.
Where's that?
Birmingham BMX track. Good atmosphere, real good. I think we had 90 riders last time.
Really good laugh.
And real good laugh it is. So that's this Thursday night.
I just go
Yeah.
for pizza.
Big thanks also to our guests here, Tom Makin, TJ, great of them to come and join us.
Everybody
And thanks
in the room.
to everyone in
Thank
here
you.
and everyone on YouTube watching tonight. And we'll see you this time next week. See you later.